Ron, what was your reaction to the Mets being able to close this deal and its significance for the franchise?
My first reaction, I've been reading some Roman history lately, and reading a lot about Marcus Aurelius, and it says that get active in your own rescue. And I felt like this is Steve Cohen getting very active in his own rescue. You know, after the Stephen Matz incident and whatever happened on that with Twitter and all of that, you know, he kind of put the cash where it needed to be. And he's had as an active 3, 4, 5 day period that they've ever had in Mets history. And now we're at a point where I know when we do the broadcasts, it doesn't matter if the Mets are playing against the Nationals, but when Max Scherzer was pitching for the Nationals, it was a must-see TV moment. And now you have him with DeGrom. Just a spectacular, huge move and a huge market.
Look, I agree with everything that Ronnie said, and it's tough to follow the Ivy Leaguer and the Roman history. So, Ronnie, hats off to you, buddy. But from a guttural reaction, I think it's a phenomenal move for the Mets. I think it's, I think really indicative of Steve Cohen saying, hey, I'm not going to miss this guy. I'm not going to let this guy slip away. I didn't think they had a chance to get him, quite honestly. A week ago, I think we were talking about other guys, and Scherzer wasn't really high on that list. He was high as a priority, but not high as a likelihood. So credit Cohen, credit the Mets organization for convincing him this is the right place to go and obviously opening up the checkbook. And I think it says to the rest of this Mets team that he means business, this organization means business, and this is a big, big move. And I think Scherzer's going to love being at the top of that rotation with DeGrom. That competitiveness between the two of them is probably going to make them both a little bit better.
He's been an underdog story since he was drafted from Missouri. Teams that thought of him said that at some point he's going to snap and break because he's not that thick, he's not that tall, he's not this, he's not that. But there's no one like Max Scherzer. We've watched him like a caged lion every time he goes out there for a start. And I think I'll equate it to this, and I apologize that when I go back to an 86 reference, it must drive people crazy. But I do know that we had a very good ball club, and then we traded for Gary Carter. And when Gary Carter was traded for, and he was officially a Met, everyone in that clubhouse, like Anthony was talking about working out harder, everyone in that clubhouse said, oh, I guess that means we have to win it now. I think there's some of that feeling when you acquire through free agency a guy like Max Scherzer, and you pay him those dollars, which is saying, I don't care who wanted him, I don't care what your price was, it's not close to how much we want him, and we're not going to fickle over amounts, we're just going to get him, and that's what happened.